Hey everybody, this is Pastor B, Tuesday's Touch for September the 1st, and we've been looking at the life of Joseph. We last left Joseph in a tough situation. He's gone from his father's favorite son to a servant in the house of an Egyptian ruler by the name of Potiphar. Potiphar saw the favor of God on Joseph and decided to put Joseph in charge of everything in his house. But not only did Potiphar see Joseph's favor, but Potiphar's wife also saw a little something in Joseph. In chapter 39, verse 7, Potiphar's wife says to Joseph, "Come and lay with me." And as we saw last week, Joseph refused because he didn't want to be that guy. He did not want to be the guy that betrayed the trust of Potiphar, and he didn't want to be the guy who betrayed God, who had blessed him so. So he said no. But verse 10 of that chapter holds our attention. Verse 10 says that though she spoke to Joseph day after day, he refused to go to bed with her. Now don't miss this. Every day she asked him the same question and he gave her the same answer. Every day he had to tell her the same thing and fight the same battle. Every day he had to be on guard. Every day he had to resist the temptation. Every single day he had to fight off his desires, fight his temptations, fight the potential benefits that he could get from being in a relationship with this woman of power. Every day he had to fight. You would think that Potiphar's wife would have gotten the message, right? That she would have laid off of him, but no, life isn't like that, y'all. There is no day off from being a mature adult. There is no day off for being responsible. There is no day off for doing what's right. We don't always do the right thing, but every day we are expected to do the right things and be aligning our spirits and our minds with God instead of the empty promises of this world. Every day we have to do our best to be the best people we could be for our families, for our communities, and for our God. And this is no indictment against Potiphar's wife. She's not Joseph's enemy. She can't make him do anything. The direction that Joseph's life takes will be determined by the decision he makes in his own spirit. She's not his enemy. Now, I know we talk about enemies, but when we make a person an enemy, we take ourselves off the hook for making the decisions that we're supposed to make for ourselves. Have you ever identified somebody as your enemy? It doesn't help you any. Because ultimately, when you give your spiritual and mental and emotional and even verbal energy into making someone your enemy, then you are not giving that same energy to the one that really holds the cards in that temptation moment, which is you. Instead of praying against your enemy, you need to be praying for strength in your own spirit and praying that you're able to hold fast. So how do you defeat, these temptations? Well, number one, again, don't make people your enemy, because by labeling them, you take yourself off the hook. And this is the second tip. Number two, make sure that you understand that your victory in moments of temptation is in your hands. The direction of your life in those moments of temptation will be determined by the decision you make in your spirit. And number three, if you want to defeat temptation, well, you got to fight every day. Every day, you've got to fight against depression. Every day, you've got to fight against the temptation to not be what God wants you to be. Every day, you've got to fight against the pressures of the world. Every day, you've got to wake up in the morning determined that you are going to follow God no matter what. Every single day, you have to fight against the temptations of depression and the voice of self-doubt in your spirit. And remember that God has a plan for your life. And while you don't always see that plan, the end of it is to prosper you, to give you a future and hope. Joseph does win in this moment, but it doesn't necessarily work out in his favor. Come back next week and we'll talk about it. This is Tuesday's Touch. Pastor B from St. James Presbyterian Church on the lovely James Island, September the 1st. Hey, please, 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 if you're watching this and you haven't connected with us, we want to know who you are. We know you get this via email, but we might not have your email. You may get this from someone else. So please let us know who you are. Send us your email so that we can connect directly to you. Please also check out the announcements that are below this video. God bless you. This is Pastor B, Tuesday's Touch. You have been touched. Peace.